Law of Rhythm Overview. The law of rhythm teaches that everything in the universe moves in cycles, patterns, and flows. Just as the tides ebb and flow, seasons change, and night follows day, every aspect of life follows a natural rhythm. This law reveals that nothing is static and everything is in constant motion, oscillating between highs and lows, growth and rest, creation and destruction. Understanding and embracing these natural cycles allows us to move through life with greater ease, resilience, and acceptance. The law of rhythm is a reminder that periods of challenge or stagnation are temporary and will eventually give way to periods of growth, success, and abundance. Conversely, even during moments of great success or happiness, it is important to remember that life's natural rhythms may bring times of slowing down or recalibration. By aligning ourselves with these rhythms rather than resisting them, we can ride the waves of life with more grace, knowing that every phase serves a purpose. This law teaches us to honor the natural cycles of life, whether they are physical, emotional, or spiritual. It encourages us to go with the flow rather than resist the inevitable changes that come with time. When we recognize that everything has its season, whether it's a season of growth or a season of rest, we become more in tune with the universal flow and can navigate life's ups and downs with greater wisdom. The nature of rhythm. The law of rhythm highlights the cyclical nature of life, where everything operates in patterns of rise and fall, expansion and contraction. Just as we experience physical rhythms, such as the seasons, lunar cycles, and the circadian rhythms of our bodies, we also experience emotional, mental, and spiritual cycles. Understanding this rhythm helps us realize that nothing lasts forever, whether it's a high or a low. This law teaches that during times of challenge or downturn, it's important to remember that the cycle will eventually shift and things will improve. In moments of success or growth, the law reminds us to stay grounded, knowing that cycles of rest or slowing down are a natural part of the process. These rhythms are not to be feared, but embraced, as they provide balance and harmony to life. The law of rhythm also shows up in our emotions and moods. We experience emotional highs and lows as part of our natural rhythm, and it's important to honor these emotional cycles rather than judge or resist them. By recognizing that emotions, like everything else, come and go in waves, we can learn to navigate emotional fluctuations with more ease and self-compassion. How rhythm shapes our lives. The law of rhythm is constantly at play in every aspect of our lives. In our personal growth, career, relationships, and health, we experience cycles of progress, plateau, and even regression. These cycles are not failures, but part of the natural ebb and flow of life. For example, in our careers, there may be times of rapid growth and advancement followed by periods of stability or reassessment. In relationships, we experience times of deep connection and harmony, as well as moments of challenge or distance. This law encourages us to recognize that just because we are experiencing a lull or challenge does not mean that we are failing or that the situation is permanent. Everything is in motion, and just as the seasons change, so too will our circumstances. The key is to honor the rhythm of the moment and trust that the cycle will shift in its own time. It's also important to recognize that we can influence our rhythms to some extent by aligning with them. For example, during times of rest or reflection, we can use the opportunity to recharge and gain insight, knowing that the next phase of action or growth will come. During times of expansion or creation, we can ride the wave of momentum and make the most of the opportunities that arise. Why people struggle with the law of rhythm. Many people struggle with the law of rhythm because they resist life's natural cycles. In modern society, there is often an emphasis on constant productivity, growth, and success, leading people to feel frustrated or anxious during times of slowing down, rest, or challenge. The idea of taking a step back or experiencing a lull is often seen as failure, when in reality, it is part of life's natural rhythm. Another challenge is that people often get attached to the highs and fear the lows. When things are going well, there may be a fear of losing that success or momentum. Conversely, during times of challenge, people may feel that they are stuck and that the downturn will last forever. This resistance to life's natural flow can create stress and anxiety as people try to control or avoid the natural rhythms of life. Additionally, people may struggle with the law of rhythm because it requires a level of patience and trust. It's easy to become impatient during times of stagnation or challenge, wanting immediate results or resolution. However, the law teaches that everything happens in its own time, and that by aligning with the rhythm of the moment, we can move through life's cycles with greater ease. Embracing life's rhythms. The law of rhythm encourages us to embrace both the highs and lows of life with acceptance and understanding. Instead of resisting the natural cycles, we can learn to honor them and use them to our advantage. During times of rest or reflection, we can take the opportunity to recharge, reflect, and prepare for the next phase of growth. During times of action or expansion, we can ride the wave of momentum and make the most of the opportunities that come our way. This law also teaches us to cultivate resilience. By recognizing that everything is temporary, both the highs and the lows, we become more adaptable and flexible in the face of change. When we stop resisting the natural rhythms of life, we develop greater inner peace and trust in the unfolding of our journey. How to apply the law of rhythm. 1. Honor the natural cycles. Recognize that life operates in cycles of growth and rest, action and reflection. Instead of resisting periods of slowing down, embrace them as necessary phases for recharging and gaining clarity. When you are in a period of growth or success, enjoy it fully, but also remain grounded, knowing that balance will return in the form of rest or recalibration. 2. Practice patience and trust. During challenging times or periods of stagnation, remind yourself that this is part of life's natural rhythm. Trust that the cycle will eventually shift and that better times are ahead. Patience is key when working with the law of rhythm. It teaches us to trust in the flow of life. 3. Flow with your emotions. Recognize that your emotions operate in cycles as well. Instead of suppressing or judging your emotions, allow them to flow naturally. If you are experiencing a low mood, practice self-compassion and know that it will pass. When you're feeling uplifted, enjoy the moment but don't cling to it, as emotional ebbs and flows are part of life's rhythm. 4. Align with the rhythm of the moment. Tune into the current rhythm of your life and align your actions accordingly. If you're in a period of growth and expansion, take inspired action and capitalize on the momentum. If you're in a phase of rest or reflection, use the time to recharge, meditate, and prepare for the next phase. 5. Find balance in both highs and lows. Whether you are experiencing a high point of success or a low point of challenge, strive to maintain inner balance. Remember that neither the highs nor the lows are permanent, and both serve a purpose in your growth. Cultivate a sense of equanimity, knowing that life's rhythms are always in motion. Rhythm and success. The law of rhythm is a powerful tool for achieving success because it teaches us to recognize the natural cycles of progress and rest. Success is not a constant upward trajectory. It follows a rhythm of action, reflection, and recalibration. By aligning with these rhythms, we can maximize our productivity during times of expansion and growth, and use periods of rest to recharge and gain new insights. This law also teaches us resilience. When we understand that life's challenges are temporary and part of a larger cycle, we are better equipped to handle setbacks and difficulties. Instead of feeling defeated during times of stagnation, we can trust that the cycle will shift and that new opportunities for success will arise. Affirmation. I trust in the natural rhythm of life. I flow with the cycles of growth and rest, knowing that every phase serves my highest good.